Hello everyone and welcome back to another edition of West Ham Fan TV's Post-Match Pint. Hello West Ham United Post-Match Forward show on the internet. We've just come back from London Stadium where we unfortunately lost the game 2-1 to Crystal Palace. Scott, take us through the starting lineup, please.
Roberto coming in goal for Fabianski, Fredericks right, Creswell left, Diop and Ogbonna centre halves, Noble Rice, Anderson, Lanzini coming back in the starting 11, Yarmolenko and Hilaire.
It felt like one of them nights, unfortunately, from the first whistle. Do you agree?
Yeah, I said earlier in the week, a lot of people were saying this was going to be a 2-3-0 win. I knew it was going to be a tight game. Palace are a tight team, and what I mean by that is that they don't give you any room. You see it in the first half of Anderson. Every time he got the ball, there's 2 or 3 of their players on him. And I know Anderson didn't have the greatest game, but I think that's down to Palace's hard work. They didn't allow him to have a good game. It's one of them. Look, we're 8 games into the season. After the 5-0 loss against City, the run we've had it's going to come to an end at some time. And some people were a bit negative, I thought, on fan cams. People around me were a bit negative as well. Look, it's West Ham at the end of the day. You know, it's one of them.
Do you think we got a bit ahead of ourselves?
You know what? It just goes back to similar like last season. Every time we had a chance to go 7th, we messed up. It's a mentality thing, and we keep hearing about Pellegrini stealing this big team mentality. I don't know if it's they think they're a big team, so they don't have to, press and work their asses off, because that's what I didn't see. I think it was a lot of our off the ball stuff that really frustrated me.
We played into Palace's hands the way we set up today. We were far too deep. We gave them too much time on the ball.
Yeah.
And we didn't show up. If we had took the game to them with the intensity that we did against United and against Norwich, we would have won that game. Because we sat off and sat deep. You saw it. Hilaire's chasing the ball. Noble's screaming at people to get up the pitch.
Yeah.
And the gap between Noble and Declan Rice was miles.
The gaps worry me. The gaps between the players, especially Rand Hilaire.
Yeah, well, there was times in that.
So isolated.
Yeah, there was times in that especially in the second half, that the keeper Roberto's booing it up to him. He's winning the headers, and there's no one within 20 yards of him to get the knockdowns, and he's getting frustrated. He needs a player like Lanzini should have been doing that job, but he looked off the.
He was so quiet.
First 5 minutes, I thought he looked all right, and then he just disappeared.
Yeah, but it's a 90-minute game.
I know, that's what I mean.
I know he had that weird injury out of nowhere, and people were saying he was going to be out for a while. And this, I don't know if that's got anything to do. But yeah, he was just off the boil today.
I'll be honest. When I look at, I'm not going to be too negative, because this could be a blip. Man City had a blip the other week, you know what I mean? And I'm not comparing us to Man City before anyone starts on me and anything, but teams have these blips. Mm-hmm. But for me, it was the application. It wasn't the fact that as I said to someone on a fan camp, I can forgive losing a game, but I can't forgive losing a game when it doesn't look like anyone's tried.
There was no desire there.
Desire. That is the desire was the word. And there are big players, when you need them to step up, they are going missing and they're hiding behind people. They're not making themselves available for the ball. That we haven't got someone. Do you know what? Some people slaved off Noble today. I thought Noble was our best player. He was looking for the ball all the time.
He was our most advanced player up the pitch.
Yeah, closing down.
I thought Fredericks had a good game. I thought Creswell had a good game. Yarmolenko, I thought he done well. I was surprised he got subbed off. I think that was the wrong decision.
I think it might still be a fitness thing where I think he's still managing him in that way.
I know we're going to go, but him going off, you see it, as soon as he went off, Zaha swapped sides.
Yeah.
And Van Arnold got forward. That was it. They were so worried about Yarmolenko. Van Arnold hardly ever got forward.
Listen, we've seen Roy Hodgson, the international manager. Mm-hmm. He was poor. Roy Hodgson as a club manager, he's a very good manager.
Yeah.
He's a very good manager. And tactically, he gets things spot on. Palace.
Liverpool fans will probably disagree with you on that one.
Well,
but I know it means
for that level,
for
that level, you know what I mean? He probably ain't got the fucking the goal to go and win leagues and that. But what he does do is he organises a team really well, and he gets his team playing, and they all know. For me, sometimes West Ham, and I think I have seen this in the last few weeks, even when we've been winning, is there are still people out there that I don't think know what they're doing. at times. You know what I mean? Like when we get the ball in the central midfield, there is no shape. There's no triangles coming in. There's no, we're lumping the ball up to Hilaire. No one's getting around him. Someone's got to be running. I know that from Sunday League football, Scott. You know what I mean? And there's no runners. There's no people taking. You know what we don't do? We don't gamble as a football team. And that's what I'm saying. There's too many players in that team for us to push on to the next level. There are too many players in that team that want to just take the easy option. Yeah. Declan Rice today, right? Declan Rice, let me make this pretty clear before, he made a fucking horrendous mistake. Yeah. He put his hands up when the ball came in. Never have your hands up. He was fucking superb. Yeah. His reading of the game was superb, right? He's made a silly mistake and people will jump on his back for that and all that sort of stuff. But it's not that. It's the fact that there's no one showing the desire, there's no one showing the willingness to get hold of that ball and make something happen with it. And there's too many people, and it's been happening for too many years, where we've got players that have got absolutely we ain't got a Scott Parker in the team anymore. You know what I mean? We ain't got one of them people that, think, right, we need to fucking go. I'm grabbing this. There are people like Anderson, when you're looking in the midfield, that, I'm looking at fucking Anderson hiding behind players. They're not making the runs. And when people do make the runs, we're not trying to fucking do the little clip ball over. We're not trying to do the little diagonal ball over. Everyone's trying to play it simple. And we're getting to the point where, like Arsenal, we're trying to walk it in the net. And unfortunately, this team, for all the qualities it has got, is not playing to its strengths, right? It's not playing to its strengths. It's trying to do what Arsenal done. The thing about Arsenal back in the day is they had the players to play like that. Yeah, and sometimes even their fans, when they was winning leagues and challenging the titles, they used to get frustrated about it. We do not play to our strengths. Our strengths, you'd see it last week, 2 diagonal balls over, and we scored 2 goals. Mm-hmm. We never play that. You see players making a run, somebody will look up, they'll look at the run, and I'll give it to Greg. Nobody wants to fuck up, and it's them players have just got to take that game by the scruff of the neck and think, I'll try this, I'll try that. If it don't come off, it don't come off.
The thing is
I don't know whether it's a mentality. I don't know whether they're scared of the crowd, because the crowd can be fickle at times. I don't know.
Barring the City game, our record at home lately has been very, very good.
Well, the last 12 games, before today, the last 11 we won 7. Drawn 3, lost 1.
Yeah, that's it. I don't think it's that. I just think we just had too many people had a bad game at the same time.
Well, what you got to realise is,
I do understand.
We're not going to win every game. No. We are going to lose games. It does happen, man. Like as you said, the best lose. It's a frustrating day, but I think there's a lot of people being sort of negative. Like after that 5-0 loss against City, we could have crumbled. We could have been bottom of the league now with nothing. But we've gone on a fantastic run. The Oxford result was probably. That's probably knocked a bit out of the team, but the team's totally different than playing the league. It was a great point at Bournemouth last week. Yeah. Today's always going to be one of them games. I mean, Palace ain't beat us in the last 8 games, so it had to come to an end sometimes. Yeah. And I was sitting there, and I could see that they was going to get a late winner. Yeah. I knew it was going to come.
Once they equalised, there was only one team going to go on.
It took that just the wind out of us. I think for some reason, but that's another thing. It seems that. These days, we don't seem to get that mentality where when we go, the team scores against us, we can come back. I think we did it obviously against Bournemouth. Yeah, but
we've done it.
Something I've found as well today, right? When we make a tackle, and I've seen this happen 3 or 4 times today, right? And it looks like a foul, but the referees play on. Why are we so slow to come out with it?
There was a couple of times we waited, expecting a referee's whistle.
But why? Play to the. I've never known that. Do you know what? I feel like I'm being a negative Nelly. You know what I mean? Because obviously we before today we're sitting like 5th in the league, and this was a great opportunity with Leicester losing, of course, to go up to 3rd in the league, get ourselves a little bit of distance between us, Palace, Tottenham, and all that sort of thing, and set ourselves up for the games that are coming. But Ryan said it's a tough game. I was always expecting a tough game. They've been a lot better away from home this season than they have been at home. They love playing on the counter-attack. They've got a perfect game plan. They fucking waste time and try and hit you with a couple of goals. By the time they hit us with a second goal, they was happy for a draw. At 1-1, they was happy for a draw.
The thing is, I don't know if it's negative though, because obviously we've got to analyse what's gone wrong and where the mistakes were, and that's the thing. So obviously it may seem like we're focusing on the mistakes, but you've got to look at why did we lose? What are the problems going forward? Even when we win, you think, right, how can we be better? Where can we improve? And that's what probably Pellegrini was.
The lack of a plan B.
Yeah.
It baffles me. I've been saying this about
Antonio gone is a big loss.
Yeah, I think there are some players now that we've lost, and beginning of the season we had all of our players available, bar one or two. You know what I mean? But now they're starting to drop out a little bit. You got a serious injury to Fabianski. We'll talk about Roberto in a minute. I thought he had a good game. And obviously Antonio's a massive miss because he gives us something different. He gives us something physical, which was missing today. Right?
Yeah, no, I agree, mate. And he's a massive loss. And
hopefully, fingers crossed, he'll be back soon.
Yeah, there's been pictures of him on the bike and running again, and he's ahead of schedule. So, but I don't want to rush him back.
No, there's no need to.
You don't need to rush him back too quick. But yeah, I mean, look, it's frustrating today. I mean, we're sitting here. I mean, I looked at the league table 3 times during that game. We was 3rd, 4th, and then 7th. That's just the way it is, isn't it? But
So
we're only another win from going into the top. Top. Leicester lost today. They've been on a great run. I mean, they lost in the 95th minute. I'm looking forward to watching that one back.
To the potential league, a lot of football to go to potential champions.
Yeah,
100% record.
I think one guy on the fan cam said it. We are West Ham. No one expects us to be where we are now, so we can't get too down.
No.
About it.
I thought we've done well. It just there's some things that I sort of think like the results have sort of papered over some of the cracks. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, and we've all been got a bit carried away.
I think we have been playing. I mean, our first goal, our only goal today, but the goal was the build-up play. The team was unbelievable. And that was a great goal.
Let's be honest. Better finishing today. We're 2-0 up at half time.
Sebastian earlier had that chance when the keeper's straight at the keeper.
Exactly. That for him, he should score that.
Felipe Anderson had that.
I think he come across at him a bit quick.
Yeah, that's
trying to get some connection on it.
He's only got to twist his foot.
I know what you mean.
It's easy for us to sit here and say that, but we're not in that situation.
The thing is, as well, he was quite close to the keeper as well at the time.
The thing is, if he miskicks that, it's a goal.
Felipe Anderson had that volley.
Unfortunately,
sliced.
Yeah.
The thing is with Haller, I think he got a bit of criticism. We had a couple of chances, but the thing is, no striker is going to bury 100% of chances. I still think we didn't create enough chances.
A great missed chances, and you had the Lanzini chance just before half time, edge of the box.
The other one was the Anderson header.
Yeah.
That he took off of Haller. If he had left that, Haller's open.
Yeah.
And you can see he was pissed at
Haller in that chance then more than Anderson.
But I think Haller's going to get frustrated because he picked up another booking today for trying to track back, but he's going to get frustrated because them little chances that he does have to score, people are literally taking the ball off of his feet, and he's not getting many. Yeah. You know what I mean? As a centre forward, you want as many chances as you can. Our crossing is fucking awful. Our crossing is bad.
See, you say that, right?
It is though.
You say that, but the chance that he had where he hit straight at the keeper, I think about 10 minutes before that, Creswell, one of the only times he got played forward in that left side. There was so much space. I said it to you, didn't I? There's so much space behind that ball. Was it Wall, the right back? And we never got the ball in there. When we did, Creswell puts the ball into the box. Perfect position.
No one there.
Anderson had that great chance.
The ball goes in second time, keeper saves it. Ball goes in the third time, the defender nearly scores an own goal, keeper saves it. We didn't do that enough. We got into that position. The ball's into the box were fine, but it was the fact that we had no one running onto it.
We don't seem to have a player these days sort of arriving late into the box.
Yeah.
Like the Nolan type.
That's what Lanzini should be doing. Noble was doing what Lanzini should be doing. Lanzini should be
Lanzini was very quiet today, and he usually does well in London derbies, especially against Palace as well. He scored a few goals against Palace. And usually he's up for these type of games, but he didn't look right today. I don't know whether he's carrying a little knock or something, but he didn't look right.
I think they've rushed him back in too quick, to be honest. I think bringing him on against Bournemouth was the right thing.
Yeah.
And I think maybe he shouldn't have started today.
It's tough. I mean, he's been our best player in August, wasn't it?
It was hard to drop him after the Bournemouth performance because he changed the game for us.
Yes, exactly.
They're a very physical team.
He's usually good in London derbies as well.
The thing is, I mean, Palace today, breaking up play, they've done well. Check Quixote, I mean, you said it as well. He looked like he's like when we had him at the bowl, in that bowling season. He was unreal today.
It's the first time I've seen him without his old
he played really well.
Maybe that's it.
And I was sitting there thinking to myself, we could do a player like him.
There's a few people around me saying it. But with Anderson, I want to touch again on Anderson because I've seen it when I posted our instant match reaction, me and Nick did, and they're very divisive. Like, you know, we criticised him, I criticised him, and there was some people saying he was our best player. I thought overall, all his movement off the ball, he's being too deep, not getting himself into them positions. The only time he did, he had that great opportunity and he scuffed it.
He's lazy. He's a lazy player, and he's just actually,
I'm
he's lazy going forward.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
defensively, he does really well.
I think he had a mixed game today. There was times. The thing is, with a player like Felipe Anderson, you want him on the pitch because even though he's having a poor game, he can still create something.
He's one of them players. Only needs one opportunity to get you a goal.
He's the opposite to what you would expect a winger to be, because you want him having all the enthusiasm going forward, but he seems to have all the enthusiasm in defending.
Yeah, but
You know
people
what I
moaned at him last season for not defending.
Yeah,
So,
of course, yeah.
He's he divides opinions, but I think players like him, you've got to keep him on the field as long as you can.
I think he's got a lot of
some
talent, but he seems to lack a bit of intelligence in terms of, there's certain times when we're going forward, he'll play the wrong pass instead of, holding onto the ball a bit longer. He'll make a sideways pass or he'll hold on to it too long.
Is that the lack of intelligence for him, or is that lack of intelligence
Of his teammates.
for
See,
Yeah,
I know you said
I
about
think so.
Declan Rice, you thought he was superb today. I thought he had a good game, but there was times where, especially, look, Zaha's quick, I know that. But there was times, and I see it where Mark Noble was screaming at Declan
Jogging.
Rice. He just jogged. You
Yeah,
just watching
I did
him.
see him
He's
do
just
that
jogging.
once.
And listen, I love Declan Rice, so I'm not going to criticise him too much. But sometimes, like you said, he had his hands up to give away the penalty. That happens. But yeah, there was, especially in that first half as well, where Zaha was just skipping past him and he was just jogging back.
That's weird for him,
but,
isn't it?
But then you say that there was that time when Zaha was on a break and he beat him to
Yeah,
the
no, that's what I'm
ball.
saying. I'm not going to say. I'm just saying. I'm just picking out like he done it. He done interceptions in the game, which he usually does. But there was some time, especially in that first half, where he was just letting Zaha and
He
who's
was
the other
another
player
one.
there in midfield? Schlupp. Is it Schlupp?
He's the winger, and
It was MacArthur, wasn't it?
McCarthy as well. There was times where they looked like they was like Declan Rice. Sometimes was just jogging back.
The whole performance from us was very Jekyll and Hyde. Every player was 1 minute they look. You saw what you see that with a goal. Do you know what I mean? Like I said, that goal was a great goal.
I'd rather
Great
anyone
team
else
goal,
score
you know.
apart from him that Ayew. So I can imagine Andre going, yes, bruv.
Andre Ayew was playing in the Championship.
Yeah, but
That says all I've
no,
got to
but
know about
you
Andre
know,
Ayew.
that goal was for his brother, I reckon. But look,
It's not the first he's got against the season.
it's frustrating today. But look, we're going into the international break now. It's time to recoup. Getting the players together. Lanzini's not going away, so he can work on his fitness. It's just the players that ain't going away. They have a chance now to Pellegrini get them together.
I really think
And we've got a tough game when we come back. We've got Everton away.
They
They're on a
lost
bad
in the
run of
league
form.
away game either. So.
I really think we've got to start working on, like, when he wins them flick-ons, just getting in and around him,
I think they do.
gambling a little
I
bit.
think they do. You sound like Mickey Mouse, didn't you? I think they do, but I just think today, like, Lanzini is that player that needs to be up there with him. But he wasn't today.
I just think we just had a bad game.
Yeah, and it's going to happen. Look, as you said, we're West Ham United. We're not going to win every game.
We had a bad game where we still could have won it. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
We had enough chances to win
Yes.
that game.
It was sort of stupid decisions by Rice and Fredericks that sort of cost us Rice for that.
Fredericks, right? That goal, Roberto's played it out to him. Roberto should never have played in the ball in the first place.
No.
Right? But his touch was poor.
Yeah.
Which is terrible because there was no pace on that ball. He should have brought that down. But the fact that Zaha skipped away with the ball, he's chased Zaha down, caught up with him,
And then smacked him.
throws the fucker to the floor. Why? Zaha's going nowhere. Zaha slowed down because
The
he
thing
knew
is
he was
with
gonna get
Zaha,
fouled.
as soon
Just
as you
hold him
get
up.
2 yards next to him, you know he's going to die.
I hate
looks
it.
for it. He looks
I
for
hate
it.
it.
But he's one of them players, isn't he?
He
That
didn't-
you
he
hate
did
him,
not
but
dive.
you'd want him to play for you
I
because
didn't see him dive once today, and I can't stand it.
he did dive in the second half.
It's not so much.
There was one in the second half.
Yeah.
Just
Fredericks
on the
took
edge
him
of the,
out.
yeah, on the edge
Fredericks
of
took him out. That's a foul all day long, that one. The one before, the one where the ref gave the free kick was foul all day long.
I don't think it was stoned.
There was one where he
He
dived.
looks for it.
You
He
can
does
tell, you
look
can
for
tell
it.
he dived.
Breaks
He
it.
looked at the crowd and he was laughing.
He does look for it.
He makes it
I
happen.
totally agree.
He
look
does
for
make it
but
happen.
Don't play into his hands then.
Well,
There
yeah.
was no. He slowed down because
I'm not being horrible on that. If you're going to foul the cunt, hurt the cunt.
Exactly, that's it. Make it
But
work.
what he's done, the thing is, he's come round him like that.
But what's the point in fouling him to the floor? If you're going to fucking foul him, hurt him. Make sure you hurt him.
But that's the thing.
I don't understand that sort of fucking mentality. He's quick, and he's quick enough. He's one of the only players in our team that's quick enough to fucking catch him.
Yeah. But that's what he caught him. Zaha was going nowhere, and he just fouls him for nothing.
But as I said, he's looking to go down all the time.
But that's it. If we know as fans that player is looking to go down.
And I'm not being
you must know
horrible
as a
or
professional footballer that player's going to go down.
I'm not being horrible or nothing, but our defending for that fucking free kick was fucking awful.
But we won the header, didn't we? We cleared it out of the box, and it came.
Yeah, and then it come back. But when it came back in, the defending, the positioning for that,
It's set pieces.
But we've improved so much this season on set pieces. Set pieces was our bigger key.
No, we
The
have
thing is-
improved.
the thing is, right, today, VAR, I know we're going to get into VAR. VAR has done exactly the same today as it did last week. It was flagged offside, and it's like millimetres on offside,
A
right?
foot that kept him on by the
A foot on the other fucking side of the pitch. I'm sorry, right? Look, if it's the right decision, it's the right decision, yeah? There's daylight there.
No, I watched it back. It was the knee. It was. I think it's
Anderson's knee.
No, it was our foot.
Scott.
Yeah, it was someone's knee. Yeah, it was.
You can't call these.
You can't.
You can't.
the human eye would never get
can't
that
call
right.
these. So I don't think they should be using them.
So
for
do you
that.
think the lino's guessed?
I'm sorry, but
No,
he hasn't guessed it. It looks offside. But the geezer's knee, he's got his knee out, yeah, and it's playing him on. So they put this line on the knee. The human eye can't see that.
Exactly.
It can't see it.
When you're looking across that line, right? When you're running along, you're looking across that line, right?
Yeah.
You're the attacker. He's the defender. He stepped forward. You're offside. Yeah. His knee. I'm not looking. You as a linesman. You're not looking.
Look at his body.
You're not looking at his whole body to go right. No. He's
like
there.
King-
You're
it's
there.
like-
You're
You
offside.
can't see that with a
It's
human
like
eye.
King's goal last week, wasn't it, for Bournemouth?
Yeah.
Exactly the same.
This should be the rule, right? This should be the rule, and I'm doing this just to give VAR a pass. If you can see it with the human eye, if it's obvious, then use it.
See, I didn't think that if the lines, because the linesmen are told to keep their flags down, didn't they? The goal goes in, then they check VAR. I thought that if a linesman flags, then they can't overrule it. Because I'm sure it was Gary Neville said it on one of the games he was commentating on earlier in the season. So I thought, but then
You're
now they
always
seem to-
overruling him.
Yeah,
But you
like
can't-
you said, what's the point of having
Look,
linesmen?
I'm not even just saying this because I've argued against VAR when it's gone against us, when it's gone for us. Yeah, I'm not just saying it, but you can't see that with the human eye. It is impossible to see, and
Your VAR.
He's got the Nick's for Sanders. Is that a picture?
look, I don't even know. His knee is keeping him onside.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you put a picture of that up on the?
I will put that picture. Nick, can you WhatsApp that to us? or so?
Cheers, Nick.
But you cannot see that with the human eye. It is impossible.
I know, but the thing is,
No chance.
VAR is right. It's a right decision.
It's the right
on the
decision,
side.
right? But they
That's
can't.
what
They
VAR 's
can't
there
just.
for.
But then, what about the Stonewall penalty that Haller was? He was brought down. I mean, who the fuck's looking at that? Is anyone looking at it? I don't know.
They come out and admitted that, didn't they?
If you're fucking, I know they admitted it, mate. But if you're fucking calling things that the human eye can't see that are fucking like cat's whiskers offside, and you can't see it, right? And again, that's a goal. And then there's a Stonewall penalty, and they go, "Oh, sorry, we missed that one." Then it's not working.
Listen,
it's just
I
shit.
agree, and I've been saying that ever since VAR has been introduced, I don't want it. I think they should scrap it.
But
He's got so angry.
But no, the problem is that right. So the four mistakes that were made, with today's goals that went against us because of a knee keeping a player on side. The problem you've got now is that you've now affected the outcome of 7 or 8 games.
Already like that. Yeah.
You can't now go, well, do you know what, we're going to change rules.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, Man City didn't get a win because it brushed someone's arm who didn't put his arm out, it just brushed past his arm. Didn't affect the way the ball travelled or anything.
No, I understand.
The problem is that they've not put the laws in place, right, to
The
use
rules.
the laws of the game
Yeah.
in place properly to make VAR work. You know, having accidental handball in a build up to a goal, it rules the goal out. If it's in
Okay, so if
yards,
we're going to talk about millimeters like that, yeah, right. If we're going to talk about millimeters and fucking like the fucking the width of a Rizzler offside and all that. If there's someone standing offside, just call it offside. Because he's always going to be affecting the game. They say about, this is where it gets confusing with the phases of play and all that. If you're going to use it like that, yeah, if there's someone standing in an offside position, I don't care what you say, right? And my dad always told me this, right? If you're standing on the pitch, you're affecting play. If you're standing on the pitch, you're affecting play. So if he's standing on side, if they're gonna get nitty gritty with this fucking like little tiny millimeters and fucking things that you can't see with the eye, then if someone's standing obviously offside, whether he's interfering with play or not, just call it offside.
But then that you're on that letter of the law. What you're saying there is that ball that comes into the box first that goes to checks onside when he goes to the ball. Zaha's offside.
Okay, let's have a look at the picture again. Nick, have you got that picture again?
It's not on that. It's not on that picture. No. But you see, when the ball's first played into the box,
he's a mile offside.
Zaha's miles offside.
Yeah, but the thing is, mate,
still.
There's always going to be someone watching him.
Yeah.
There's always going to be someone watching him. Yeah, someone's going to be distracted by him. There's always going to be someone watching him. So if you're going to call offside by millimeters and millimeters with someone's knee that's playing onside on the other side, then if he's offside anyway, he's interfering with play, in my eyes. Just make it obvious like that. Then if he's not offside and it's a knee playing him on, yeah, fair enough. But if he's 4 yards offside, someone's keeping an eye on him. Someone's not doing a job somewhere else because they're thinking, right, he's there.
I just think it's the easier way to do it is if there's daylight between the player who's offside.
Now the thing is, I understand the millimeters thing because then you've got to have something tangible. So if you say any part of if any part of that body is offside, it's like say
it's the same as goal line.
It's the same as goal line technology, right? Any part of the ball is not over. Then it's it has to be, but you can't. If it's clear and obvious, then it's interpretation of what's clear and obvious.
But in my opinion, you can't have that for offsides. You can have that for goal line technology,
but you have to be able to measure it without.
You can't have that. You can't
but then it's otherwise it's interpretation, and it's down to whatever someone thinks. Is that too offside?
By the letter of the law, that's a goal. By the letter of the law, but as I said before, the rules need change. No, I'm not saying that goal should be ruled out and and all that. Yeah. By the letter of the law, the way they've set out their precedent, it's well within their precedent. Yeah. But there's got to be, the advantage is being given to the attacking player, and it's not. If there's no like physical way you can see it, but if someone's standing 4 yards offside when the ball comes in. And he don't touch the ball. Well, someone keeping an eye on him. The goalkeeper's wary of him.
We had the same thing. We had the same thing at Brighton this season.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
It's VAR is always going to divide. When it works for you, you're going to love it. When it goes against you, you're going to hate it. That's the thing with VAR. And the thing is, they can't. The week they admitted they got the Sebastian Haller thing wrong, that's when they should have scrapped it for me. Because they can't make clear mistakes like that and just say, because say for instance, if we got relegated by 1 goal or we missed out on the Champions League by 1 goal, what are they going to do? Go back and say, all right, go and take a penalty. If you score it, we're never going to get that chance back.
That's the thing.
But that's so clear and obvious.
I know.
It's so hard to.
Yeah. That's what makes me think who's watching it. Like,
should be sacked.
I think that they need to go back to like the World Cup. Have the screen on the side of the pitch and let the referee go over there because these people, you don't know what. It's going to come to a thing where they might be Man City fans watching a Liverpool game.
Yeah, who are these people?
Thinking,
are they referees?
No, they're not having it.
But the thing is as well though is that
I think they're a myth.
With that Haller penalty, it wasn't even reviewed. Do you know what I mean?
Well, no, they have to review it. It would have been reviewed.
But what I'm saying is,
sometimes they just don't stop the game.
Yeah, no. When we played City, there was a red card review while the game was still playing. There was a penalty review while the game was still playing. When that Haller thing, there was nothing. There was nothing saying.
Yeah, but no, see, I don't know why sometimes they use the screen and sometimes they don't. Yeah. I don't know whether, but I've noticed both games that they've done it today. We was live on Sky. So I don't know whether it's when we're on telly they do it for the screens, but which I don't. It's not right. But I think the ref should go over and look at the screen.
But as we said before,
I think it's all
Our
bollocks.
eyes-
And then what they should have done as well, is when they give that goal, they should have put it up on the screen to show
Everyone
he's
sees.
onside.
Exactly.
So then you can just say, all right, it's fair, because if that was us who scored that goal, you know, and the linesman give offside, and then VAR said, no, it's a goal, we'd all be celebrating doing the conga around Stratford.
That's the thing is that I think that's the first time VAR's gone against us. If I'm not mistaken, you know,
VAR, as I said, what we've done 8, 9 shows.
No, I think Man City. I think one of there was the things where VR checked it and it was a goal. It was flagged for offside, and then
they got the penalty as well, didn't they?
Yeah. The thing is, but some fans, I heard fans raging. There was the Sterling one that was ruled offside. I heard West Ham fans raging that was given offside because it was so close.
Yeah.
But
I
just
was
think,
raging because I don't think it's fair. Because
it has to be-
it is so. You can't see it. You can't see it.
But then it's like, how much
But
is
then-
it? Like
so,
much
so,
of
so,
this,
so,
this much of
so,
that?
so scrap linesmen. If you're going to keep on overruling them and watching it with little digital things, what's the point?
I
of
said
having
to you,
fucking linesmen?
the reason you can't scrap linesmen because it'd be a 3-hour game. Because when it comes to throw-ons and things like that, it'd just be there'd be no one there.
But
like.
if we're offside, then don't have them for offside.
That's why the linesmen were told to keep their flags down, let the game go, and then they review it, and then he would have turned around and said, because if he, let's be honest, if he would have put his flag up, we'd have all thought that's a goal. I didn't think he was offside, and where I'm sitting, I didn't think he was offside.
when I thought the offside was when the first ball was played in. But that was Zaha who was in an
Don't
offside
go back to this
position.
again.
I'll tell you what, with the linesman situation, what you're saying about the flagging, the Arsenal game, I think it was last week, Arsenal played, who the fuck did they play in the league? But basically what happened was Aubameyang had a goal ruled out for offside and he flagged, and then Aubameyang buried it in the back
It was
of the
Man
net.
United.
Was it Man United? Yeah. So all the other
But he was
players...
miles on.
He was
right?
5
No,
yards
he was.
onside.
It was a fucking bullshit call. But the problem is, as soon as he flags it, a lot of the Man United fans are looking over at the linesman and they're not really trying to close down Aubameyang. And Aubameyang buries it. Then VAR, the players. Then VAR checks it and awards it to him. But because the linesman flagged it, you've affected the whole play.
But but the thing is, that all boils down to the players stopping.
Yeah, play to the whistle.
No, they should. But then the linesman then should, like you said, keep the flag down until let the flag.
All right. So what happens? What happens if he
Flag it
flags
afterwards.
Yeah.
and the geezer goes off, blows the whistle,
Yeah.
and then they go back and they go, "What? That was 5 yards onside."
Yeah.
What then?
That's it.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
this is the thing.
Flag it at the end of the play. Once
Yeah.
the ball's
Let
gone
the
out of
play-
play.
That's what
Yeah.
they were told to do.
Yeah.
Keep their flags down
Like-
until
like-
and to let the play go.
But then-
Going back, like with the Canio goal at United,
Yeah.
where they
yeah.
all stopped going offside. He's buried the
Yeah.
thing. If you went in modern day with the VAR now, he scores the goal.
But if he's
they
put,
then go back.
if he's
and review
put,
it.
if he's put, this is the thing. Aubameyang went through on goal, right? He's put his flag up straight away, and he's 5 yards onside. If the referee then blows the whistle before he's put the ball in the back of the net, Aubameyang turns around and goes, "What?"
Yeah.
And he goes, "You was offside." And then they go, "Oh, well, let's have a look at the VAR." And he goes, "He wasn't offside. He's 5 yards onside. What's he do?" You go, "Well, quickly then, go on then." It doesn't work, does
No,
it?
the linesman should have kept his flag down, even if it was keep it down, then flag after the
Once
goal.
the ball's
Fuck
gone
them
in the back.
anyway. They've scored. They've won. And that game.
Scrap all technology,
But
goal line technology.
the-
Let's go back to old school.
Yeah.
Listen,
But it's
the-
never going
the
to
other
there
thing-
shouldn't be
real.
there shouldn't be different rules in the top leagues to the middle leagues to grassroots. And I've always said that through everything, even goal
I
line
said that as
technology.
well at the beginning of the season.
If you can't have it
I
over
said,
the park,
yeah, VAR should be across all leagues. Not Sunday football and shit like that. That's
no, but you
ridiculous.
got. But then scrap. If you can't have it at Sunday League football, I don't think you should be implemented in the game.
You
It's
can't
a
compare
football
Sunday
game.
League football to Premier League
It's
football,
a
mate. That's
bit different.
that's
Football's
different.
football.
Yeah, I know
Football's
football's
football.
The
football.
stakes are so
In-
high,
in-
they need to have it in there to
sorry.
protect
But that's
the money.
no, but that's
You're not gonna
that's
have it in the
problem is
Championship.
that,
I don't
It
think.
should
I
be-
don't
it should
think.
be there.
I don't think Big John's going to moan that he's had his goal ruled offside when he's in
Where
the
you're
pub
saying
with his mates after.
it affects the business side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only reason VAR is been brought into the game.
It should be.
is
It
the
should be
business.
Premier League, all professional football.
Football should
But I
have-
don't care about
Can you
the
imagine that?
No, but
Sunday
the
League
clubs
with the
do it.
referee
The clubs
running
do it.
over to
Well, I
the
don't-
referee.
I don't care.
Champions League.
I don't care.
Bad decisions will affect Champions League.
Don't
Football will
care.
affect titles, relegations. I know we
I
might
don't give a
not care.
fuck about the business
the
side of the
money
game.
cares.
I care about the fan side, and they're ruining the fan side of the game.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, but they are.
Yeah,
And it's
but-
not just because we've conceded a goal today. It's just because the rules ain't clear. Nobody knows what's going on. The people at home, somebody showed me their phone, and a text message. The people at home that was watching the telly on Sky knew it was goal 1 minute before we knew it was
Yeah,
goal.
no. Yeah, same.
Yeah.
And they've turned around and went, that's a goal. Look, they've given.
Someone picked up the phone.
What they're probably showing you on their phone is the replay that Sky are showing.
Yeah,
it's not the VAR decision because there's no way because telly is behind anyway.
But you see, but the thing is, if you're showing it on Sky, right? We saw it on Sky. Yeah. We're at the game.
Someone had their phone out, didn't they?
On the Sky guy looking at it. Oh yeah, he's on side. Yeah. A minute later, it comes up on a bloody screen.
But Sky are showing their replay of the goal.
That's their opinion.
They're showing like Sky are just saying, "Oh look," and they're showing the VAR.
But they have the whole line and dot thing, didn't they?
Yeah, but they can create that themselves.
So
you could probably go home and create that yourself.
No, you can, but if we can see, if it's that clear for just us to see, and we're not professionals,
it wasn't that clear. Listen, we could fucking talk about it.
It's not going anywhere, is it?
It's not going anywhere. We have to accept it.
I'm sure
let's
we're
be
going to
fair.
be talking about it.
That's what I love now.
It was the right. It was the right decision by the letter of the law. But I'm just saying, there's got to the law has got to take other factors into. It's not good. It's not good.
Just hopefully they tweak it.
It's not even. I'm saying it's not perfect. It's not good.
Anyway, 10 out of 10 for Ali's scorpion kick. Do you see that? That'd have gone in. That'd have been mental. Palace always have a goal like that against them.
Oh,
didn't
yeah,
they?
they
Carroll
do.
won. Giroud won.
Yeah, I did.
10 out of 10 for him trying that.
He does like a skip.
4 goals for Ali.
I do like Sebastian Haller. He's missing. He's just missing someone
Strike
to
partner,
just
I
play
think.
out there with
And
him.
some more chances for him.
Yeah.
Some more,
It's good to see him get a goal. I think he's been getting frustrated the last few games.
If we put the ball in the box, I fancy him most of the time putting the ball in the back of the net. He was look, I'm going to criticise him because I thought he should have scored that first one. He was a bit unlucky, but it come.
I'm still not too downhearted. We're still up amongst them. Do you know what I mean?
You do see me though, mate.
I know. Yeah, I'm pissed off. I'm annoyed.
Yeah, no, we don't like losing. We know that. It's especially a
It's
London
the worst
derby.
time, though. International break now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, you would have thought we could have been
It's
third.
the fact we've
2
lost to a
weeks.
side that we haven't lost to. For
But-
so long.
We come back after the international break. We're early kick-off. We can be third by the time the 3 o'clock games kick
Yeah.
off. We're early kick-off against Everton, which is going to be a
that's-
tough game.
We've got to win it.
Oh.
Everton are on a bad run of form. They lost again today.
Yeah.
So
Let's just hope they don't set their manager between now and then.
I don't think they will. If
I
anyone's
feel like
getting,
idiot going
getting
on
the
radio
sack,
and
it's
saying 3-2 West
Pochettino.
Ham. I was like, yeah, I'm going to say it with my chest. 3-2 West Ham, we're doing it.
This is what I'm saying. Like, this is how tight the Premier League is now. Spurs are on a terrible run of form. They're only a point behind us,
But
and
this
we think we've had a good start to the season. You know what I mean?
But this is why I always hold off like saying anything about Spurs. You should learn it at Oxford. People were singing when Tottenham fucked it up.
I don't. Yeah, and I heard him singing that. And I
Yeah.
said, "Has anyone ever at a party? We always sing it. Has anyone organised this party?"
No, I want.
Isn't it
Fucked
about
it up,
No, but the thing is, like, look, Tottenham. I mean, they're laughing. I know Tottenham lost 7-2 the other night to Bayern Munich, but they are still in the Champions League.
Yeah, that's
So-
that's Bayern Munich.
Yeah, Bayern Munich will look. They put didn't they put 10 over 2 games against Arsenal?
Yes,
a couple of years ago. So look, Bayern Munich. Like you'd give anything to be in Tottenham's position. In like,
It's nice to see them
I'd
do
give
so.
anything to lose 7-2 to Bayern Munich.
The thing is,
So have the
I hate-
opportunity.
No,
I hate
enough.
singing
we
about
1-0.
teams that we're not playing against. When we sing "Stick Your Blue Flag Up the Arse," we're not playing Chelsea. I hate singing about teams we're not playing
No,
against.
but
Why should we focus on
you
it?
have to have your banter.
Yeah, but I think have
It's
your banter
just-
when you're playing. Like,
Yeah,
why
it's
are we
just what-
singing?
the thing is-
they don't sing about Chelsea. Don't sing about us when
They
they're
do.
not
They
playing
fucking
us.
do.
They
What,
sing a
when they're not-
bubbles version.
Yeah.
When they're not. Oh yeah, they did sing that. Yeah.
They always they
So
sing
do
it every
Tottenham.
game. I heard them on the telly the other week singing it in the Champions League. Champions League, wasn't it? They're in.
Yeah, I
it's
just
good
think
to have
it's-
rivalry. It's good to have.
I think it is,
Yeah,
but I just think singing.
I'm with you. You don't take a piss out of the team until you play.
No, so it's, look
Yeah.
at us when
That
they
Oxford
lost
thing,
to
man.
thingy on
Colchester.
penalties, Colchester, and then everyone's laughing. Next day we got spanked 4-0 to Oxford.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't tweet anything.
At least
Earlier
they got the
today,
penalties.
They lost 3-0 to Brighton today. I thought, I ain't going to tweet anything because we're playing Palace at home later, and look what happened. So, it's one of them things. I think after that game against Man City, first game of the season, we'd have all took this where we are now.
Of course.
And the run of form we've been on, we still ain't lost away from home in the league.
Yep.
So we're going up to Everton. We won there last year 3-1. So it's going to be a good game. They're under pressure. Their fans are going to be right on their back.
I just hope they keep Silver.
I'm not gonna panic yet. A few more losses.
I don't think it's panic.
Well,
It's
as
just-
Scott said, we haven't won our last 3. So you can look at it, it's like, half full, half empty, innit? You know what I mean?
It's
You
all
can look
about
at it that way.
perspective.
I'm still quite happy. I'm just a bit disappointed.
That last three is including cup, by the way.
I'm just very disappointed with
You
some
know
of
what
the
some of our
performances.
viewers are like.
They're very disappointed with some of the performances.
The players have let themselves down in the way we've started the season.
I think
the
that
performance they put in today is very, very.
the thing is, I think that could be a testament to some of them because you know that they're better than know what they are.
Yeah.
But then when you see a team like Leicester, then you think, why can't we do that? Why can't we have that?
Yeah, but Leicester are fuck up at one point. Leicester are going to lose to a Crystal Palace or a Burnley or someone like that. They ain't going to be perfect. They've had a good start, but they're not going to be perfect. They lost today.
They came inches of getting a point.
But that's inches. They
Our
didn't get a point.
unbeaten run against Palace had to come to an end sometime.
Yeah. Well,
It's
it
just
used to be the
annoying.
usual, didn't it? They win here, we win there.
Exactly.
That's it. So we'll enjoy the 3 points at Selhurst Park when we go there at the end of the season. Merry Christmas.
First time I'm missing Palace for about 7 years now.
Thank you very much for joining us on this edition of West Ham Fan TV's Post-Match Pint. Sorry, I had a bit of gas and I had to get it out quickly. Thank you very much for joining us on this edition of West Ham Fan TV's Post-Match Pint. Go and check us on all social media at West Ham Fan TV on everything across the board.
T-shirts.
Go and check out our merch store, but go and check out more importantly, go and check out the content we've just created about Palace, all the fan cams, and we'll be building up this week for international break, and then next week for Everton. Yeah, so check out all the content. Make sure you check
Early
us out.
start that one, mate.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
On the road early.
He don't look happy at all.
I like it. That beer's left a bit of a funny taste in my mouth.
That's the worst beer I've ever had.
I have to agree.
Beer's-
Terrible.
No, Nick, no. We don't want to know. We've wrapped up our fucking cans on purpose.
No, that makes it bad. Jouet. Yeah, I don't know what you're saying. I can't even
Pixelated.
Yeah, so go and check out all of that.
edit, when you edit, put a ghost.
Put Graham's head coming.
Yeah, put Graham go across the screen. Or cut that bit out, but have like Scott and Graham do. You know the old clown and the chalk lady on the BBC?
Yes, go and check out all the content. Thank you very much for joining us on this is West Ham Fan TV's Post-Match Pint. One thing left to say, boys. Come on.